2, maybe?
Now it's in a spot I like. Hopefully.
Okay. I don't know if it's working.
There we go.
So let me go check my channel. Why did it bug out like that? That's weird. And it canceled again. What?
I blame it on Twitch.
Twitch is having a seizure.
Crim, look into DMs real quick. Oh no. What am I looking on DMs? Oh, the face I was making when I was trying to troubleshoot my,
Okay, well.
your chat on my wrist. I know, Mean, that was really funny.
Alrighty, I'm not gonna worry about it. As long as I see the timer, I think we're good.
Nah.
Alrighty, time to pull up the questions of the day. Whoa.
Oh boy.
It's just the fact, like, I just look like
funny.
Like every time I hover over like everything, make sure everything's working, and I just looked at the viewers and it said 0, and I'm just like, wait, is that working or so? So I was just wondering if like Twitch was like breaking.
Can take a little while to update.
Yeah. That's fair. All right, I won't worry about it then. Ooh. But what also happened was the stream session said 0000, which I don't think should have happened, but ooh. Which made me think, did the stream break? And it's not telling me.
I mean, it is working though. People are chatting.
Okay, that's good.
If the stream was dead, people would be saying it in chat usually, so.
Yeah. Sounds good. Crimson questions. Wow. Alright, I'm just gonna pull it up on my... so I don't have to keep looking on my second screen. So, first question. Can you tell me a little about yourself and how you became a furry and why you started with the protogen species? Ooh.
Okay, well, first of all, okay. First,
or
my
you
name
can
is
introduce
Crimson,
yourself. Yeah.
And I am. I mean, that's kind of what that question is.
Yeah.
I am a Twitch streamer. I typically stream Pokemon content or some VR content like Beat Saber and sometimes VR chat. I live in East Coast Canada, 31 years old, and I work in IT for a living.
Furry.
As for me joining the fandom is a bit of a stereotypical answer, while at the same time a little bit of a complicated answer at the same time. Back in, I want to say it was around junior high, so I was around grade 7 or 8, so I was roughly about 12. And a couple of my friends who I recently met, so I play a lot of Pokemon, probably to an unhealthy degree. I will fully admit.
Gotta see that on your channel quite a bit.
And because I do, I played it so much, my friends at the time looked at me and they were like, huh, maybe you could be a furry because of just this unhealthy relationship or this unhealthy obsession with Pokemon and like Pokemon, Digimon, like Yu-Gi-Oh, all that kind of stuff. Things that would have like anthropomorphic things in it.
For sure.
And so at the time, I relatively knew what furries were, but I kind of dismissed it. I was like, I don't know, man. These are just things that I like.
Oh,
so I kind of just dismissed it. And then in 2019, I kind of got reintroduced to the fandom. And I thought about it. I was like, my obsession for all of these things literally have not changed since high school. So I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe I am. So I started looking up the local furry group of where I live. And so I started asking them. At first, I went in as an ally. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
open-minded to the fandom. I started doing research on the fandom, all that stuff. I don't consider myself one yet, but I'm gonna consider myself an ally to you guys. And then
For sure.
over time, started talking with them, started looking up more videos on YouTube and Google and all
Right.
that stuff, trying to figure out what is this fandom really.
Yeah, right.
And then I came across two people in particular. I came across two content creators, or well, actually three content creators in particular. Beta Ada Delota.
Oh, yep, that's my first one.
Jillian Ross, but he
that I
goes on
found.
YouTube as Unimaginative Imaginative, and Rael the Protogen.
Rael, yep.
The first video I ever watched was Beta's video on the Protogen race. I love all things fluffy. You could literally see me go down the street on my way to work. I see a husky. I would be in the car by myself on my way to work, and I'd be like, ah, it's a floof. It's a floof. I love it.
I'm going to pretend my house is not burning down since I hear
But my
fire alarm.
love... Oh, yeah, I just heard it too. So there's that. And because of my love of technology and computing and things like that, I was like, Protogens just seem perfect for me. So I took up the idea of starting Crimson, as you see now.
Whoa. The Crimson.
The rest is history.
Now, how many versions did you make till it's where you want it to be of Crimson?
Honestly, outside of the small little stuff like the earrings and the googly eyes that you sometimes see, like, other than that, in terms of the initial design, literally the only change really that I made was that he initially started with just 2 ears instead of 4.
Ah, okay.
Other than that, pretty much how you see him now was how I initially designed them.
So very first version, pretty much. That's pretty good.
Pretty much.
Mine had to go through quite a few versions.
And then I had them for roughly about 4 to 6 months before I added the second pair of ears. But other than that, what you see is version 1.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I had to do 2 versions for Immunity and then 3 versions for my, like, creating it from an arc perspective kind of thing. But other than that, yeah. Because,
oh yeah, my very first rev sheet was so bad because I am not an artist. I literally asked someone to do a ref for me.
Amazing. Whoa. The Goofy.
The goofy ref sheet.
So overall, just 1 Unity, and then that's it, pretty much.
I asked one person to do a rev sheet for me, but this was before the visor was red. The visor was white initially. Everything else was red. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I was like, I should be able, now that I have this like base ref sheet that I asked someone to do for me, I was like, I'm gonna do one myself. And then basically the only thing that I changed was the color of the visor. Instead of the red that you see for the eyes and mouth, it's now the red.
Very cool. Now I think we can move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what do you do you enjoy doing in your spare time? Free time, I should say.
The very little free time that I have is usually spent either watching YouTube videos, watching streams of my friends, yourself included, and playing video games. Really,
fair enough.
Pretty boring, I know, but
oh, and I'm gonna meet this guy or
No, I'm gonna be on vacation during that weekend. You don't have to worry about a fucking thing.
Right. Man, I got a cough day. Anyway. What is your favorite book, movie, or TV show?
I feel that. I just came out of over COVID, so I still have that cough. Oh. Book, movie,
hard
or
question.
TV show? I mean, I could go with the classic Pokemon, but no.
Gotta catch 'em. Probably memorized it.
Did you know that the whole tagline "Gotta catch them all" was not even in the Japanese version of the anime? It was only in the North American version because
That's
4
funny.
kids just decided to ruin everything.
Wow. I did not know that, but that's funny.
Yeah, you literally see it in none of the Japanese material. Yeah, it's a 4 kids thing. But my favorite book, movie, or TV show. I can definitely say that my favorite book would probably be Harry Potter.
Yo, classic.
That feeling has changed a little bit over recent times, but when I was a kid, Harry Potter was the shit for me.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that?
As for why, I think it was just, well, as for why, it was, I guess it's because it's a sense of you start out feeling nothing.
Yeah.
And you realize later on that you're fated for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
And you are the shaper of that destiny, no matter what prophecies or whatever has in store for you. You are the maker of your own destiny.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now to the next one.
And this also kind of extends to the movies because they didn't do a movie adaptations of it. For TV show, good lord, I have no idea. There's so many good.
Yeah,
TV.
they're right.
No, you know what? Bet my favorite TV show, Futurama. Best primetime show to date. Challenge me. Futurama, 100%. That shit is so funny. I love it.
For sure. I haven't watched Futurama, but so I wouldn't know what it's like. But I'm not a TV show person as much.
They rebooted it after like 10 years. They rebooted it.
Yo.
Yes. I need to watch it. Apparently, it's so good.
Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Yep. I just had to look it up. I just haven't watched TV shows in such a long time, so it's like, oh, what is this?
That's fair.
I
don't watch much TV nowadays, but whenever I do, it's usually something on like Disney Plus or something. Because I recently started watching The Mandalorian because I love Star Wars.
Mars is saying that he really can't stand the Harry Potter. I just can't. That's the only complaint I have, but it's heavy on me. Okay. How dare you? No, I don't mind.
You know what? I can understand. I can understand that. I can understand that.
Yeah.
No, excuse me.
Anyway,
it's just how is quite nice. It is.
Yeah.
It is quite nice. It was just the magic, and I didn't really care for the magic per se on it. It was more so just how they developed each character, and you had this classic good versus evil, and there's like this gray area of what's good and what's evil, and
basically.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much of it, but
in terms of movies, I could also say Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars! I definitely watched all of that, front to back.
Oh, I love.
Oh yeah, Star Wars is so good.
I love Star Wars.
It's until Disney came.
I just love space. I just love space in general.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but either way, I didn't mind this. I didn't really mind the Disney coming in because it's like, oh look, high quality films. But at the same time, it's all rushed. we watch it anyway because it's Star Wars.
It's rushed, and they kind of retconned a lot of things.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a rumor going around now that Disney is going to retcon
really?
the recent movies and is going to do something different. Yeah.
Wow.
Just because of the fan outcry of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we can now move on to the next question. Do you have any travel experiences that left a significant impact on you?
Oh my word. Unfortunately, where I live, traveling is definitely a luxury rather than
it is a luxury. Yeah.
something that I'm able to do frequently.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever been able to travel outside of the province that I live in maybe only 3 or 4 times in my entire lifetime. In terms of which one of those only handful of times I traveled, I would probably say when I went to a couple of years ago, or about 4 years ago. It was literally just before COVID hit.
Yeah.
I think it was 2018. Me and a friend of mine asked me to go to Toronto with him for a weekend because it was his birthday and it was in February.
Oh, okay.
So we were, right dab in the middle of winter. And one of the things that he wanted to do was that he wanted to see a Toronto Raptors game.
Mm-hmm.
And where it was just me and him, the only thing we had planned was to see the Raptors play for one night, and that was it.
That's what my parents
we just did whatever the hell we wanted, and I think that left an impression on me just because it was just such a fantastic weekend, because I'm not really seeing a major sporting event is very difficult where I live.
Yeah, for sure.
And being able to basically just a boys' night, like a men's night out, basically, that lasted for a weekend was just incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would love to do it again.
That's probably why you're going to cons in March, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I also have a very funny story about that weekend too.
Oh yeah.
So because this trip was in February, it was also the same time that the Grammys were on the go. You should travel more. I really should. It's very expensive. That's the problem.
That's the issue. Cons are expensive.
So because this was the same weekend that the Grammys were on the go, and this one particular night I think we were leaving the following day, so we didn't really do much of anything. Yeah. We were just in our hotel room. And this one particular day, where I live, we get like 20 to 30 centimeters of snow in one afternoon. Like, we get hammered when we get, like, in winter where I live, we get hammered. So this one weekend, this one day, it was just lightly falling. Maybe about 5 centimeters of snow fell this entire, over the course of the entire day. So me and my friend was walking around downtown Toronto with hoodie, baseball hat, sneakers on, because that's what we're used to here.
Yep.
Everyone in downtown Toronto was going around with Canada Goose jackets on, snow boots on, toques, and you barely saw a single vehicle on the road because they weren't prepared for the apparent slippery terrain. So that night after the Grammys were on the go, it was the local news. And they were talking about how the major story of the day was how there was a blizzard that took place over the day. 5 centimeters of snow. They were talking about how how there were accidents all over the place. Businesses were closing. Here's me and my friend, used to 20, 30 centimeters of snow in a single afternoon. We we were staring at the TV. We looked at each other, back at the
Right.
TV, then back at each other, and just died laughing. It's like they see nothing compared to what we've seen.
Yeah, exactly.
5 centimeters is nothing. I know. But yeah, we just killed over laughing. We were
Yeah, exactly.
crying of laughter because they were touting this as some major snowfall, and we're just like, 5 centimeters is a major snowfall for you. Well, you guys have seen nothing.
Right. Nothing yet. Oh.
Oh, it's great. Oh yeah, it's great.
Anyway, we shall move on to the next question. Whoa. So, what kind of
Yes.
music do you like, and do you have a favorite song or artist?
So, I typically listen to a lot of rock, not metal, rock, and some electronic dance music. Sometimes also like video game remix or
Mhm.
EDM versions of video game music. That's typical. Now, lately I've also been listening to a lot of like lo-fi chill hop kind of thing
Yeah.
too. It's very nice, like relaxant to me.
True.
But in terms of my favorite song and artist going right now, it would definitely be From Ashes to New. The reason why that they are so
Yeah.
impactful for me is because they have a very similar vibe to Linkin Park,
Oh, okay.
which I listened to a
That's pretty
lot
cool.
when I was a kid. Yeah, they have basically the similar kind of vibe. You got the rock music with the heavy and clean vocals mixed in with rap. It's
For
really
sure.
good. It's very much Linkin Park. I love it. In terms of my favorite song from them, it's oh jeez, there's so many good songs from them.
I could imagine.
Like they just recently released like a new album called Armageddon that I've been listening to a lot of.
Yeah.
But there's just so many good songs. Know My Name is probably one of my favorite songs from them.
Yeah.
Because it goes through how it talks about how despite what everyone says about you, like in terms of, oh, you should not
For sure.
do this because this is not where your calling is. This is not where, this is not basically people telling you no and you looking back at them and saying, heck you with what you're saying about me. This is what
Yeah.
I want to do, and I will make a name for myself because of the negativity that you're putting on me for this. So
Oh, yeah, for
basically,
sure. That's like a
world will
build-up.
know my name because it's a build up to it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Let's see what I have next. After song and artist, can you share any memorable life lessons or piece of advice that you've learned?
Life is short.
Yeah.
We only have so much time. Whether and I'm not talking about like in terms of like sickness or anything like that. Just in general, life is
Yeah,
short.
it is short.
We should take the time that we do have and make the absolute most of it.
That's fair enough.
Do the things that you want to do. Do the things that you want to do despite what people tell you. If it's something you want to do,
Yeah.
do it. Because
Do it before
you
time
might
runs
not be
out, right?
Because you might not be alive tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, hello, Justin. Oh. Solar Flare actually agrees with you. Nice. I think a lot of people would agree with you on that one. It's too short most of the time.
I seem to be relatable to a lot of people. Over my time in the fandom, I realized that I seem to be relatable to a lot of people.
Anyway, to the next question. Ooh. What are your future plans for a job career?
Well, like I said earlier, I work in IT for a living.
Yeah.
In particular,
Is that like a career that you're
I
wanting to
deal
go
with.
to, or
It's a career I've always wanted to be into.
Yeah.
Was working around computers in some aspect, whether it's hardware, software,
Yeah.
networking, it doesn't matter. But the one thing that I truly want to do, which I hope to do at some point, is to do my own little like repair shop where people can just call me
Repair
being
shop.
like, hey,
Ooh.
like
Yeah.
kind of like my own IT little computer repair shop. Well, and not just computers, but like gaming consoles
Yeah, of
or
course.
just electronics in general. Just a general electronics repair shop. That's something that I would really love to do because I love tinkering.
That's pretty cool. Ooh. Oh.
I also love to travel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, traveling's good. Ooh.
Meet new people, you see different cultures, but that's not really much of a career path. That's just more so something that I would just really love to do.
Yeah, who wouldn't? What do I have next? Oh, when did you get started with streaming and of course your YouTube? And what was your first motive that you started your adventure into content creation?
So I initially started as a YouTuber back in. I'm really gonna age myself here, but
back in my day.
Back in my day, 2007 was when I first created my YouTube channel.
That's crazy.
At the time I didn't know what I wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
So I remember the first video that I've ever posted was I took a digital camera that my parents had because I didn't know screen recording at the time. So I took my parents' like digital camera
I wouldn't know
I
much
literally
of it.
took a video of the video that I wanted to do.
So just a camera and then facing the screen.
Yes. This was my very first video. And what was really funny was that my parents was in the room at the same time, so they were watching TV at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it, but like about 8 years after I posted that initial video, I got a comment saying, "Huh, did anyone notice that there's an underwear ad that was playing in the background of the video?"
That's great.
But right now my focus is on Twitch, which I did start in 2017, but I didn't really take it seriously until about 2018 when I started playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider initially. And it was also right at the end of Shadow of the Tomb Raider was when I hit affiliate, and that was around April of 2019.
Oh, that's cool.
So thank you everyone for the support.
Ooh. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh. What is your most proudest achievements or moments in your life so far?
Growing up, I was never really much of a sports kid, right?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I wasn't really into sports all that much. I was, both my brother and my father, or my younger brother, I should say, was into ice hockey. And they would watch it faithfully.
Oh yeah.
While me and my mother weren't really so much as sports people. We kind of just sat there and watched because it was a family thing.
Yeah.
But when we moved in 2004, there was one sport in particular that I really took an interest in, and that was curling.
Yeah, curling. That's cool.
And I loved it so much that I decided to take it a little bit competitively.
Yeah.
And in my last year of high school in 2010, they were doing the provincial Winter Olympics.
Okay.
And we went in representing our entire region of I'm just going to call it Central.
Yeah.
and we ended up taking the silver medal during that entire competition.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yo, the Olympics.
So out of everything that I've done, I think that's like the one thing that I was really proud of. Going from
sure.
someone who didn't like sports to liking one particular sport and actually getting something out of it.
Oh yeah.
It's
Could imagine. Whoa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crimson at the Winter Olympics. Let's go. Yes, early. Oh.
I mean, I have a lot of rust on me from back then. It would take some work to get back into shape.
All right, we're creating
but
a new team, but it's based on furries this time.
Everyone on the team are furries. We're all playing curling in fursuit.
Yeah, right? Can you imagine at the Olympics dressing up as that?
I mean, have you ever seen the Norwegian team in the pants that
I
they wear?
haven't, actually. But that's funny.
Oh, is that... Guys, look up on Google Norway at in the curling Olympics, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Right. And the next question, I guess we can move on to, unless you have anything else to add.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
No, I don't think so.
Do you have any interesting or unique talents or skills that you'd like to share?
Other than me being able to play curling, like I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
I know how to play. Okay. Band members assemble, because I used to play the clarinet when I was in school.
Yo. I used to do trumpet, but that's me.
Hey, trumpet!
Yo, trumpet cornet.
I do also know how to play. I do also know how to play the guitar. Although I have lost the calluses on my fingers over time, but
oh, fun!
I also know how to. I also know how to drive a stick shift on a car.
Nice.
That seems to be a lost talent nowadays.
That's rare. Yep.
I also know how to drive a motorcycle. I do have a motorcycle license too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How do you handle challenges or setbacks in your life? That might be a difficult one to answer.
The answer is complicated.
Yeah.
The answer is complicated. It depends mostly on the situation.
Yeah.
Because I do suffer from some form of social anxiety. So if it's with regards to a group of people, I don't deal with it very well. I usually just go off into the corner and just stay by myself.
Okay, bye.
Until either someone comes and talks to me, or I get bored, or I cry enough that I just log off for the night.
Fair enough.
But other than challenges and setbacks, like in a personal setting, it's a very complicated question to answer, because it mostly just depends on the situation. I usually try to, when it comes to challenges, I usually try and think of the pros and cons for for every scenario that I can possibly think of.
Yeah.
And I will try and work on the cons more, so that they become more of a pro than anything else. For setbacks, I after the whole me sitting into a corner and just wallowing in my self-worth for a bit, I usually try again. Doing something slightly different, so that it's not the definition of insanity.
For sure. And
just see what sticks.
Okay, that's cool. Ooh.
Yeah.
I guess the next one would be, are there any goals or dreams you currently are trying to work towards?
Definitely to travel.
To travel.
100%. That's the one thing that I really want to do, because the world that we live in is just like, it feels so big, but at the same time, after doing content creation for so long, it feels so small.
Yeah,
And
especially
being
from
able have yeah,
different parts of the world, everyone going together. Yeah.
right. And seeing so many, like, after watching shows like Top Gear, where you see them going through the different European countries, and just seeing the vast hills and farmland or whatever, and I'm
For
just
sure.
like, I want to see that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Whoa.
And after meeting so many people online, like, to me, they feel like an extended family to me, and
Yeah,
I want to meet
for sure.
them. I want to
meet them IRL.
their
Exactly.
culture, how they see it. Yeah. Experience different cultures, experience different places that I could only ever dream of. Because I've lived on this one little tiny island for 31 years of my life.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of time.
And I know that there's
You'll definitely feel isolated.
right, and there's so much more world. Yes.
Yeah.
And I know that there's so much more, and I want to experience it.
For sure. Oh, what is your philosophy on life, or do you have any guiding principles?
Oh. So
might be a tough
I'm
one,
going
but...
to I'm going to get a little bit
So
personal
true.
here with this particular question.
It's more of a Q&A, Tim, but yeah, pretty close to an interview.
Yeah,
sorry.
pretty much. I'm going to get a little personal here.
Extreme, crazy.
Some people already know of this. Those who have been watching my content for a long time, like within the last 2 or 3 years, are already aware of this. But back in 20, I want to say it was 2017, roughly 2017, I think. My mother was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma, where, for those of you guys who are not aware, is a type of skin cancer.
Yeah.
And now she's still alive and well.
That's
thank
good.
God.
Yep. It's always a good thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and she's doing fantastic. But
nice.
I learned, and this is kind of also the same thing I answered earlier in terms of life is being life is too short.
Yeah.
I also learned roughly about that same time that, and this is something that I will forever take with me, is that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything may seem bad now, but it means that there's a reason why this something bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, it never means that it's only going to be bad. It means that there's a reason why this bad thing is happening, so that you can be happy later.
Yeah. Sorry, just have to... I have to say bugger off to my brother real quick.
Oh, fair enough. That's
because he just texted me
in chat anyway.
Yeah, sounds good. Go ahead.
So you believe in destiny? To a point, I do, but it's more so that yes, there is a destiny for us, but how you get there is entirely up to you, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, we're all destined for greatness. It's what you make of the time that you do have, and how you get there will determine what your destiny is.
Yeah. Anything else
we all have the power to change it.
Add to it?
No, that's pretty much it, I think.
Just making sure. Can you describe a time when you stepped out of your comfort zone, and what did you learn from
Oh, I have an easy answer for this one.
it? Straight to the point.
And it's ironic because Tim's in chat.
Right?
It was when Tim approached me, because when me and Tim first started chatting, I barely played VR chat in any capacity.
Yeah.
And one day, he popped into one of my streams. Like, you know, we were chatting for a little bit, maybe about, I don't know.
Thanks, Charlie, for the tier 1 for 2 months.
I don't know, like, ooh, nice.
Yes.
We were probably chatting for about a month at this point. Like, I would pop in his chat, we would chat for, like, while he was streaming, and he would pop in my chat while I was streaming. But all of a sudden, I got a DM from him saying, hey, I'm doing this game show event with a few people, and I was wondering if you wanted to attend, if you wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's going to be in VR chat, and I'm like, I mean, I barely ever play VR chat, but you know what?
Why not?
Sure, let's do it.
Right.
And it was 100% the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
Because it was through that one instance that I've met so many wonderful
I'm seriously
people.
gonna turn you off.
Despite the social anxiety that I had that entire event, I'm so glad I did it. Because I met so many wonderful people.
Yeah,
a lot of them
for
I
sure.
consider my closest friends, and I have Tim to thank for it.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I guess you learned a bit from that experience. Ooh.
I did. It was at that point was when I learned that it's, despite how scary it is to do something that you don't normally do, it's always good to do that thing, because you never know, something great could come out of it.
Alrighty. The next question is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
Most influential person in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my word. That's a question.
Oh,
I
at break
could go
ends
with
in
a very
6 seconds.
cop-out answer and say, oh.
I just realized there was an ad break. Whoops. Anyway, welcome back everyone from the ads.
Fair enough. Most influential person. It would have to be. It would have to be my mother, I think.
Yeah.
She is such a fantastic person. Showed me that no matter how bad things get, there is a reason why it's happening, and that she was very supportive of everything that I do. Besides the content creation, she didn't want me to do any of that because she was afraid I was going to dox myself online.
Fair.
But in terms of like the career path that I wanted to go to, the courses that I wanted to do in school, the friends that the friends that I've made, she's been 100% supportive throughout
that's
my
amazing.
entire life. Yeah, there are things that, you know, we disagree on, but that's just what makes us human.
Yeah.
But in terms of who helped shape me who I am today, it would definitely be her.
That's good. Ooh. So this brings us down to the last question. Ooh, crazy.
Okay.
Do you have any favorite quotes or saying that you resonate with?
I've kind of mentioned this already.
Yeah, there's a few the same.
That we are the shaper. Yeah. Like we are the shapers of our own destiny. It's up to you to, like, we all have the power to do it. It's just what you do is what you do with that power that determines where you go. There's You know, there's everything happens for a reason, which we've talked
Yeah.
about earlier. And life is too short to be sad, depressed.
All the
I'm
time
aware
kinda
that
thing.
depression
Yeah.
isn't like is a thing,
Yeah, it is a thing, of
but
course.
I mean like I mean in terms of that feeling of sadness,
Yeah.
that depressed sadness, not depression, but the feeling of depressed is only temporary.
Exactly.
You're never gonna feel like that forever. And life
Oh,
is
here,
too
chat?
short to feel all that forever. And the world will be a better place if we just smile. Make others around us happier, because in the end it'll make us happy too.
Yeah.
And that's something that I absolutely live by.
Yeah.
Is making everyone around me happy, because I know that if they're happy,
It probably improves
I will
other
be
people's
happy.
mood. Yeah.
I want, my goal in life is to, when my time on this earth is over, that the world will be in a better place than when I started.
Yeah. That's fair enough. So since that's kind of our last question, does chat would like to ask any questions before we end the stream? Because I wasn't planning to this be long or short, because he has his own thing going on today. So, and we don't want our headsets to die out before then either.
Well,
sorry guys, stream canceled.
I mean, I plugged in PC VR, so my headset is my headset is fine.
Fair.
I can yours,
I can go for like 8 hours, but it does die eventually. But I don't kind of want to risk anything. So let's see what the chat has to say. Any questions? We'll give it like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing, then we can send them off somewhere else. Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's
I'll actually put as a pin.
more or less pretty much me. Yeah. These are really good. Really good questions, Project.
Yeah.
I will say.
ChatGPT really did come up with them. Oh, sorry guys, this was all ChatGPT sponsored by.
Sponsored by.
Totally.
I do have one, but I put it in his Google form for the hot sauce thing. Oh. That's the other thing too. Any questions for me, like, you can ask them now, or you can wait until the hot sauce thing.
You can also ask them towards me as well, so up to you guys, though. I don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll wait 5 minutes or so, and then we can just end it.
Yeah.
Oh, Project?
Hang out for a
What
bit
do you
or
fear the
something.
most? Oh, no.
Yeah,
You already know.
Oh, I think I have
Totally
an
not the
idea.
angel
I already
dragon
know.
tongues. Totally not. No.
That can be arranged.
Any pet peeves? Solar Flare said in the chat. Beans.
Pet
No.
peeves.
Don't talk about the beans on chat. No.
Beans.
No. Beans as well.
Pet peeves. Horrible ass drivers. That's
Oh
definitely
yeah,
a pet
I
peeve
can
for
agree with
me.
that.
There's so many horrible drivers out there. I
hate that,
swear.
honestly.
Honest
Here,
to
let's just
God.
speed
Like-
every single time. It's like, come on, man. My workplace only cares
Me
about if
and
you
my
make it to work
girlfriend-
safe, so that's why I always take my time.
That's true. Every single time. Okay, I have a story. In
story
terms
time.
of a really bad driver.
Yep.
Well, actually, I got a couple, but one of them is really short. I was on my way I was out visiting my parents, and my brother's ex-girlfriend didn't particularly eat vegetables, and we were having like cooked chicken dinner. So my mother was finishing up dinner, and she was like, "Hey, Krim, do you like take the car, go to Dominion real quick, which is a grocery chain here in Canada, and run up and get some taters for for my brother's ex-girlfriend. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, that's no problem. So I hopped into the car and drove off. The only road in my parents' home, in my hometown,
Yeah.
that's 60 kilometers an hour, I was taking. Anyway, this guy comes out in a extremely old pink Ford F-150
Pink
and
vehicle.
proceeded to go 40 the entire length of this road. It was a 60
Bruh.
in a single lane. I'm like, bro.
Are you
He
able
also
to...
cut me off when he did it too, so that made things even worse.
Yeah. Were you able to, like, bypass him at any point, or no?
Unfortunately, no. I was
Oh, there
literally
wasn't any
stuck behind him
lines.
the entire
Oh,
way.
that sucks.
Nope. Single lane, one way and the other. That's it.
Are we talking
It was
about kilometers an hour, or the funny system?
Yes.
Since this is Canada, kilometers, right? Yeah.
It was kilometers an hour. It was 60 kilometers an hour, and he was going 40 in a 60.
What the project doing? We're doing Q&A, which we're nearing its end. If people don't have a lot of questions, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll give it
one last story.
Yep. One last.
So
goofy
I
story.
was on my way home from work one day.
Yeah.
I was on my way home from work, and there were 6 lanes on this like arterial road. You had a leftmost lane, you had 4 lanes of straight traffic, and then you had a right turn lane. Absolute gridlock. The lights were red. There were a lot of traffic. It was gridlock. This one guy decided, oh, I'm not in my right lane. He was in the far left lane, looking like he was making the left-hand turn. Oh, no, chat. That's not where he wanted to be. He wanted to be in the far right lane. So in complete gridlock, stopped traffic, he crossed every single lane of traffic in stopped traffic till he got to the rightmost lane.
That sucks.
I'm like, bro, why?
Out of all things to be doing in a gridlock.
Right?
What doesn't help either is if like an accident happens on the highway or something.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there was this one guy who fishtailed in his truck because he was tailgating me and thought I was the problem.
Bruh. Lovely.
I know, right?
People drivers.
Drivers, am I right?
Alrighty.
So yeah, bad drivers is my pet peeve. Negativity is my pet peeve. Even though, you know, we all have bouts of it, but yeah.
Cold will like this. Cold like this much. Yeah.
Project's hand doing the funny.
Well, I'm listening on my headset, but... Ooh. Anyway, any last questions before we send you all to Colt? Ooh.
Colt? Oh boy.
I know, he streams now. That's crazy. It's like everyone wants to stream.
I know.
I wonder who influenced that. Looks like Crimson.
I mean, it's a fantastic pastime. It's a fantastic pastime.
Yeah,
what can
that's
I say?
true.
Mm-hmm.
We can actually wait a minute and 30 seconds before we send them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh yeah, I guess we could take a picture right now.
That's me.
Real quick. Because I'm needed for a thumbnail. Ooh. Sure, we'll just do something like that. There we go. Here we go. That works. We both did the same, but it's whatever. We don't get much gestures anyway, so we got this. L. Take the L. Oh, let's do that.
I could do this.
L. Oh, that works. Alrighty, it's pretty much been that time. So thank you all for joining. This wasn't going to be a long stream, but that was the plan. So
Yeah. Thank you for
make
having
sure
me,
to
Project.
yes. Oh yes. I'll give you guys a sneak peek for next time. See, we're gonna Q&A Seahawk in the future too. So, oh, sneak peek future.
I'm excited
Crazy.
for that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Anyways, I'll see you guys next
Yeah.
time. Goodbye.
Bye. Crim moment.